Today I have 3 different mock drafts for you that we're going to compare and contrast. Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and like I said, I'll be comparing and contrasting 3 different mock drafts. We kind of get to similar points in all of them, but I'll talk you through that process. Before we get started today, I just wanted to mention you can follow on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. And if you haven't already, please make sure to check out the Just Jets podcast, Just Jets Clips channel, and all that fun stuff. You can find it in the description down below here. Okay, so these mock drafts are kind of based on what we've heard after the Senior Bowl. From my understanding, it seems like the Jets, again, this could change, but they want to prioritize offensive line and weapons for Zach Wilson. Now, I'm also focusing on some other key target positions on the defensive side of the ball as well. And like I said, they kind of get to similar points. There's different players involved, but overall the process here is the same. And I wanted to use 3 different kind of tools. The first one, the Draft Network, then I use PFN, and then I use PFF. Personally, I like the Draft Network the best of the 3, but just to use. I'm not saying that I necessarily like that draft the best out of all the 3, but just which simulator I like the best is that one. So we'll start there, pull up that one. I had Ekwonu at pick 4, Treylon Burks at pick 10. There is your offensive line help, your player who can play guard or tackle, and your wide receiver playmaker. At pick 35, I have an edge rusher, Arnold Ebiketie from Penn State. Then Trey McBride at pick 38. Chad Muma, the linebacker from Wyoming in the 3rd round. 4th round lands your safety, Verone McKinley out of Oregon. And then I picked Hassan Haskins at the end of the 4th round. And then I went cornerback, Caleb Evans from Missouri, and Jack Sanborn, the linebacker of Wisconsin there. So kind of just, I guess I'll explain the thought process here. Again, early on, I think 3 of the 4 positions will probably be on the offensive side of the ball. No trades in this one. Muma's a linebacker who you can grab in the 3rd round that could come in and play right away. McKinley is someone who I think has high upside. Haskins is a big body running back. You're going to see that's kind of, a trend in some of these. I think the Jets need to continue to add to their running back room. So that's something that I would look to add to in the NFL draft. With rounding out, I mean, your linebacker core, safety, and corner. I think those are positions the Jets will likely try to improve through free agency and supplement through the NFL draft. The second one on our list is the PFN mock draft, and we had a trade. I moved down with the Eagles, so I moved from pick 10 to 15, picked up a 2nd rounder as well, so I'll just run through these. Pick 4, Evan Neal was there from Alabama. Similar to Ekwonu, he can play either guard or tackle. Drake London I went with this time, and the reasoning behind that was because he's been linked to the Jets a little bit in the last few days. Cameron Thomas was my edge rusher that I landed this time. I went Christian Harris, the linebacker from Alabama, and then I went Jeremy Ruckert with my 3rd second-round pick. Ruckert, the Long Island kid. Obviously, it seems like most people, and myself included, agree that Trey McBride is probably the best tight end in this class, but I don't think anyone would be upset if they landed Jeremy Ruckert in the 2nd or 3rd round. Jalen Petrie, the safety from Baylor, who I thought had a really good Senior Bowl week. Michaela Wright from Oregon. Brian Robinson Jr., the running back out of Alabama. Again, big body running back. And Leo Chenal, the linebacker from Wisconsin, to round out that draft class. I don't know if he's going to be there at that point, but he was in my mock, and that's who I ended up landing on. And in the 3rd and final one, we have PFF. This time I traded down with the Baltimore Ravens at pick 10, and I picked up another 2nd-round pick. This time it was pick 46. So I had Ikem Ekwonu at pick 4, then Drake London again at pick 14. 36, I went Drake Jackson, the edge rusher out of USC, so back-to-back USC guys. I picked up Trey McBride, Lewis Cine to round out the 2nd round, so hopefully you're getting 2 starters on defense, as well as McBride, London, and Ekwonu who could come and start right away. Muma is someone, again, who I think could start from day 1, so I landed him in the 3rd round. Marcus Jones, a corner out of Houston, developmental guy. Jake Ferguson, so if the Jets strike out in free agency at the tight end position, they might have to draft two. And while I love Jeremy Ruckert and I want him to be on the Jets, I don't know if it makes sense to go like back-to-back tight end picks. So if you waited a little bit and got Jake Ferguson, he's someone who I think you can grab in like the 4th round, and he's someone that I'm comfortable with to round out a tight end room. Then the BYU connection at running back, and then Jarrett Patterson, the center from Notre Dame. No Tyler Linderbaum, but maybe Patterson's your developmental center, sitting behind Connor McGovern for at least a year, maybe more, and kind of taking it from there. So let me know, which mock draft do you like the best out of these 3? To kind of understand where I'm coming from here on like the logic from what we heard. This is one's kind of the focus on what we heard this week. And to me, it sounds like if the Jets were to trade any of those 2 picks that they have in the top 10, that would be the second one, because a team is likely going to want to try to move up potentially for a quarterback. I know that the Eagles probably aren't moving up for a quarterback, and the Ravens probably aren't moving up, definitely not moving up for a quarterback. But I see pick 10 as the one that's potentially the one that's going to be on the move. I don't really think anyone's going to try to move up to pick 4. So let me know what you think. Comment below. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll talk to you next time.